Like, am I the only one here who used to always procrastinate every single decision and action that I didn't have to do straight away? Like, how often has it happened to you that you actually procrastinated a decision or an action that you knew that you had to do, but you actually chose to not do straight away? And because of that, you were actually bringing all those thoughts and all those undone decisions and all those undone things with you in your mind everywhere you went. And to be very honest, inaction and indecision have been a very, very big problem of mine for a very long time, bro, for a very long time. And I was able to eliminate that problem when I changed my identity and when I became someone who always thinks and acts straight away. And I was able to do that, to change my identity, very simply by following 3 simple steps: belief, action, and feedback. And in this video, you will learn exactly, and you will actually become the guy who always decides and acts straight away. And that, let me tell you, really changed my life. So let me show you how I felt when not doing those decisions, so that you can see if that is also a problem for you. Like, I remember very well actually when I used to procrastinate every single decision and action that I didn't have to do straight away. And so my to-do list was getting bigger and bigger. I had those big things that I wanted to do, but somehow I felt kind of like a force pulling me back from them. I felt like kind of like I didn't have to do them straight away. I still had time, so I would just do them another time, and ended up procrastinating them for weeks and weeks. But those things don't just stay in the to-do list. I actually brought those thoughts and decisions and actions that I had to make everywhere I went, bro. Everywhere I went, because I knew at all the time I was there trying not to forget them, because I still have to do that, and I have to decide that other thing. And so I couldn't really focus on what I wanted to focus, and somehow always ended up acting and deciding always last minute. But as we both know, that is not an optimal way to do it, because somehow, at least I forgot things that I wanted to do. I forgot things that I had to decide. I lost many opportunities because of that, and I knew that I didn't want to be that way, that I wanted to actually decide and act straight away. And then I remember one day I was at my grandpa's house, and I was attracted towards a book, Think and Grow Rich. So I actually read it, and in that book I got slapped by a quote. I got slapped by Napoleon Hill telling me, successful people decide quickly and change their minds, if at all, very, very slowly. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, decide very, very slowly and change their minds over and over again, all the time, bro, all the time. And so by reading that, I didn't really understand why I had to actually decide quickly and act quickly, but I understood that I wanted to be successful. So I just told myself, yeah, I need to ask and decide quickly. And it was just later, when I actually had changed my identity around it, when I actually became the guy who decided and acted immediately, bro. That is where I actually understood the power behind that. That is where I actually understood why Napoleon Hill was actually right. And I did that very simply by following 3 simple steps, as I said at the beginning of this video: belief, action, and feedback. And it's actually very simple. The first thing you have to understand is that you want to change your identity. And your new identity from today will be that you are someone who always decides and acts immediately, bro. Immediately. That's your new identity from today. The best tip that I can give you is to try to repeat it and reinforce it as often as you can, so that you get to actually step number 2, acting on that belief. Because that is how we change our identity, not only by believing something, but by acting on it. And so what I did was just very simple, bro. It's simple and straightforward. It's just every single time I am faced with a decision I have to make, I do it straight away, bros. Do it straight away. And here I have a pro tip for you: to do straight away decisions that you should actually do tomorrow. That is the next level. Decide today what you have to decide tomorrow, but you don't have to focus on that straight away. Focus on deciding right now what has to be decided today, straight away, bro. Now we get to actually the second step, which is to act straight away, because we don't want only to decide straight away, we also want to act straight away. Don't procrastinate, otherwise we will bring our thoughts and those actions with us everywhere. And so here again, it's very simple. Just do now what you have to do today. And now you also get to the second pro tip, which is to act now on things that you have to do tomorrow. As I said, don't focus on this first, focus on acting straight away first, focus on creating this new identity so that you actually get to step number 3, which is to reinforce, to use feedback. That is very important. Every single time that I was actually acting in the right way, I was actually deciding straight away, I was actually acting straight away, that is where I was reinforcing my new identity. Yeah, I always act and decide today, straight away actually. And I know it sounds silly, but it actually works. And if you actually use these 3 simple steps, you will be able to change your identity. You will be able to become the guy who always acts and decides straight away. And that is what actually happened to me as soon as I mastered those 3 steps, as soon as I changed my identity about it. I became that kind of guy, and now it's part of my identity, it's normal, and it feels strange to procrastinate things. And if you want to be that way too, you now know how to do it. Also, I would also be interested to know what you think about it. If you have better ways to stop procrastinating and to change your identity around it, let me know in the comments down below. And now we get to this week's quote, which says that knowledge at the end of the day is only potential power. It's not power like everyone always told us. And that is very simply because knowledge backed by action becomes power. So if you have just watched this video and will not implement it, you will have just wasted 5 minutes of your time, maybe 10, I don't know. But if you actually want to improve, then I suggest you to implement, to make knowledge become power. Anyways, I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.